Sort of just wanted to make a bit of a video on what I've got happening at the minute. I sort of been setting up this room for, have a look at it. Yeah, that pedal board has seen better days, but it's the reason it's Frankenstein at the minute is because I've acquired this this vintage synth, this Yamaha CS10 from 1977, analog synth, and there was a fella that I sort of have seen around the tracks who called me up out of the blue and said, "Hey, look, I've got a whole heap of instruments kicking around the house. I know you work with kids, so I sort of have been teaching kids, but I've crossed over into youth work now, and I do a music program." He wasn't aware of it, but he said, "I've got these instruments here. Do you want to come around and have a look, and whatever you want you can take?" And I was sort of like, "Oh yeah, definitely." Went around there. He had a whole heap of stuff sort of from the early 80s, like guitars and different kinds of things that need a bit of TLC, keyboards, all sort of entry level stuff. But this thing here was really caught my eye. So I immediately took it home, and I'm like a little kid with this stuff, so I pulled it out and had a look and was like, "Oh man, please work." Plugged it in. There was some isolating sounds going on. There were like some whirs and stuff, and I'd hit a key and it wouldn't work, and then I'd hit another key and it would sort of work and go into self-oscillation, and I worked out the only two keys working. I think it's the A here and the A here. But yeah, it's not plugged in, but I'm going to do another video once it is. But I thought, okay, cool. I'll check out the back, and I had a look at the back. Like, what can I do with this thing? Surely I can't do much. But as it turns out, it had an external input. Alright, so what can I do with that? And the output was there. So I thought, okay, well I could put an effects loop in there, but what if I tried putting a guitar through it? What could I do with that? So I normally do self-oscillation with my delay. I've got a few delays with my guitar stuff, and I thought, well, what if I split the signal off the whammy and go straight into the guitar amp, and the other sort of wet signal from the whammy I would put through this. And it turns out I could get all kinds of cool stuff, like your standard phasing effects through synth and filter effects and auto wahs, and your LFO effects where it sort of distorts and becomes this whole note, and really, really cool stuff. And I was really, really sort of happy, and I thought I was a genius for a good 10 minutes there. But yeah, I'm sort of hoping to do a few more videos on it, and I've also picked up some work doing, believe it or not, relaxation music. It's a bit of a laugh, but hey, look, I enjoy sort of making any form of music, so hopefully that'll happen soon. I'll probably do some videos around that as well. This is sort of my first video that I'm going to upload to YouTube, so I want to sort of go over my setup and what I've acquired over the years, and what I use, and the stuff I like. I've got a couple of cool amplifiers. They're pretty obscure, not because I'm trying to be cool, but I just seem to find stupid stuff for the right price. I'm actually not too sure if this Ampeg one is obscure or not, but the Tony Bruno, I think it pretty well is. Pretty cool amplifier, not so versatile, but this is sort of high gainy, the Ampeg thing, but yeah, more on that later. I just thought, yeah, cool, CS10. Yeah, I thought, well, I'll probably chop something together with this video, and you can have a look at me sort of doing the self-oscillating stuff. I'm setting up a cheap little studio at the minute, just a little demo studio. We have had it set up before, but I'm sort of going to get it a bit more practical. And this room is just like there's like 4 of us in the band, and we nearly blow the roof off it, but it does look cool for the minute. But I'm sort of we're gonna move jam space just next door where there's a bit more room, and do my recording and stuff in here. And I'm going to utilize this synthesizer a fair bit. I think it's really cool. And there's a lot I'm sort of learning as I troll through YouTube and go through forums, and just have to have chats to people. And yeah, if you do know anything about it, just yeah, drop a comment or point me in the right direction, and or any tips, or if you do something similar, like running through a synth or a Moog or something like that. Yeah, feel free to share your knowledge with me. I'm sort of here to learn as well as you know, put my stuff out there as well. So yeah, cool. All right then, let's see if we can do something with this.